Hello, and welcome to Growing Your Mindset with Adam Diaz and Justin Hoke. It is a Monday, and we are going to be talking today about, of course, mindset, but got some sad information for you today, or maybe just information. Adam and I have decided to sort of take the show in a different direction, and so we're going to be letting you guys know over the next several days what that direction is. Was had a wonderful time in Disney World this last week, and so I wasn't able to catch the shows. Adam uh, and Zach, they were on here last week with you guys, and so we've made it now to episode 151. Really excited to continue going forward and seeing where this show goes. However, Adam and has decided to do a different project and to do something else, and so we'll see what's going on there. So we're going to be looking for a new co-host for Growing Your Mindset, or deciding whether we want to keep it going or not. So hopefully we'll get some feedback from those of you who've been joining us. So glad to have you guys here this morning. Today's show is going to be short because I did not actually haven't been able to speak to Adam until just this morning, and that was via text message. And so just found out this morning that that we're going in a different direction. And so just stay tuned. We'll have more content, more information for you in the very not too distant future. Today, I'm just basically gonna real quick just go over this incredible sign I saw yesterday at church, which was pretty amazing. The fact that it's at a college campus. Now, our church, we meet right at on the Austin P University campus, which has been a real blessing to us as a church. And right outside of the classroom where we were having our worship service yesterday, I saw a sign that was really cool. As far as contrasting the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And so I thought that I would share that with you guys this morning. So if you just give me a second, I'm going to pop that up on the screen. The picture that I took of that sign, actually, I'm going to probably have to just describe it for you because it's in my pictures here on my phone, and I'm not sure I'm fast enough to get it onto the computer screen, but it's great to see you guys this morning. It says that a fixed mindset, now it's really cool that this is in a secular university campus, right? That they're encouraging the students to see this. This is a fixed mindset, looks at issues as if they're too hard. It says, I can't make this any better. If I fail, then I'm no good. Why bother trying? Their projects are others' projects are better than mine, or I'm going to just give up. A growth mindset, on the other hand, to those same statements says, on the flip side, I need more time and effort. How can I improve? I learn from both my failures and my successes. Let me try another way. Feedback helps me refine my ideas. I'll use some of the strategies that I've learned. And what's really cool there in contrasting the growth mindset versus a fixed mindset is basically that self-talk. For you guys who've been following the show for a long time now, you know that we talk about that internal dialogue that we have all the time. We're looking inward. We're having this internal dialogue with ourselves. And most of you have a similar path, at least to me, in the sense that you've faced a lot of obstacles. You've faced a lot of challenges. I faced a lot. And in the past, I was very quick to give up, very quick to say, okay, this is too hard. I can't do this. And it wasn't until I began to read some of these books like Think and Grow Rich, like The Go-Giver, like Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, like 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, or Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. When I started to read some of these books, it started to change that internal dialogue. I started to ask my questions such as, instead of, statements saying, "Oh, this is too hard," or "This is impossible," or "This is something that I can't do," I began to that dialogue began to be, "How can I do better? How can I um, how can I solve this problem? What is the solution that I'm looking for?" And it's not just blind optimism. It's saying, I'm not going to take the difficulty or the obstacle as the final answer in the situation. I'm going to find a way around or through. And one of the things that we talk about here on the show a lot is Ben Hardy's book. Um, Good morning, Deborah. Is Ben Hardy's book, um, The Gap in the Gain. In that book, one of the things that it talks about quite a bit is that if we're constantly in the gap. Let me explain what that means real quick. To be in the gap is, for us that are trying to be high achievers, that are setting goals for ourselves and trying to meet those goals and go after them on a regular basis, we tend to uh, face these goals, uh, and then even when we actually meet our goals, we're still in the gap because we just have another goal after that. We never have time to enjoy the victories. We never give ourselves times to celebrate the wins. And the fact is that uh, we probably, if we're setting goals and meeting those goals, that we probably have a lot to celebrate, a lot to be really happy about. We're getting better, at least 1% every single day, and we're working towards being that best version of ourselves, that person that we want to be. And so when we look back and we're not, or as we keep going forward and we're seeing that we're not getting to that mountain peak as fast as we want to, we have a tendency of being in the gap rather than the gain. And so the idea of Ben Hardy's book is that we celebrate those victories along the way. We take some time to enjoy the obstacle and understand that the obstacle is the path. And one of my mentors, Pace Morby, that's sort of his um, modus operandi, right? He will set for himself challenges. He'll take on new obstacles, new things, just to discover the process, just to enjoy that process of learning and growing. Hey, Joel, how you doing this morning? Hey, Brian, good to see you. Good to see you, Deborah, and Deborah. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. And yes, happy birthday. Um, so, yeah, sort of taking some uncomfortable action myself this morning, as I'm trying to host the show on my own, solo and without a script. So bear with me this morning, folks, because normally Adam and I have stuff written down. So for those of you who missed the announcement at the beginning of the show, we're going in a different direction with the show. I don't think that this is the last show ever. I hope that it's not. So what I'm currently planning is to find another co-host. Adam has decided that it's time for him to move on and focus in another direction, and I'm super excited for him and that direction. So you guys should reach out to him and encourage him. That's going to be exciting. The Our time here in the gym. I don't know if I'm ready for it to stop. So you guys let me know, because this is your show. You guys let me know whether or not it's something you want us to keep doing. And when I say us, that would be me and you and whoever else we bring in to help carry this thing forward. So, but and Brian, I so appreciate that. Brian says, whatever happens, I just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done. You know what, Brian, you've done so much for me. You all have done so much for me. And Brian, I still have this thing sitting on my desk. I need you to reach out to me uh, with your email so that I can get it to you. Um, for those of you who don't know, Brian won our build contest a while back. The image that I used this morning for today's episode was just the build book cover, and I did that simply because I wanted to get the show up really quick and talk to you about that. For those of you who haven't checked out the build book, you can get a copy on Amazon.com. It's and some of you probably already have it, and Adam and I have other copies that we can give out. So just get in touch with us. And if you want a PDF copy, just get with me and I'll send it to you. Brian says that he just slapped a Gmail on the end of his username. Perfect. All right. Well, excited for that. Joel says, we have to thank you for everything you all did. Almost a year. We knew you and you brought us so much value. Well, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, it has been an amazing run. 151 episodes, and super happy to have that opportunity to be able to have served not just the SUBTO community, but the Grow Giver community, the newly forming Growing Your Mindset community, and the Growing Your Mindset Facebook group. I still have a plan to put that together. So just looking forward to what the future has. And Joel asks, he says, have an idea. Are you still preaching? Yeah, I still preach. I preached the first 2 Sundays this month at for our local congregation here in Tennessee, and that was really a valuable time. And Joel says maybe we can make a session daily of Bible teaching and learning. Well, that would definitely be a valuable thing. In fact, right now I'm going through, and I'll just be vulnerable with you guys. I'm going through a bit of a discovery phase there, because my education and training in Bible and theology that consumed 2 decades of my life. Seriously, two full decades of my life. I mean, I went through Bible college, went through seminary. Um, uh, for those of you who don't know, I've got like I don't know, I've got like an insane number of hours of semester hours of like Greek and Hebrew. I was really nerdy about the biblical languages and stuff like that, and I love the study of the Bible. There's really nothing like it. However, I've had a sort of a shift over the last couple of years as I've been focusing on mindset. I haven't my faith hasn't changed much, in all honesty, but my approach has changed a lot. I began to discover that one of the things that was missing from my own testimony was just love for other people. Obviously, I would use the words, I love others, and I have a passion for serving others, and I did. It was genuine, but my way of expressing love didn't take into account the way that others receive love. See, I felt that the best way to show love to others was to be the guy that told them the most truth, to be the guy that didn't care whether I offended people or hurt people, as long as they were getting the truth. And so I was, there's terms like Bible thumper, or for somebody who's just over the top and they just won't leave you alone, and they constantly make you feel bad about where you're at, rather than following that simple principle that we learn as kids, that you attract more flies with honey than vinegar. And so I didn't give those around me, and it's one of my big regrets. I didn't give those around me in the past version of me, and the pastor Justin version of me. I didn't give those around me time to grow in their faith, and I put a lot of pressure on people. It's one of my big regrets, and I don't talk about it much because I was the pastor of a congregation in Northern California for about 7 years, and um, um, I think I probably did more damage than good. Now, maybe I'm being harder on myself than others would be, and you can talk to others about that. But um, I look back and where I could have spent those 7 years really encouraging people and really helping them, realizing that, hey, people are struggling, they're hurting, they're trying to be the best version of themselves that they can be. They're trying to grow in their Christian faith. They're trying to live out this life through all these hard circumstances. Instead of equipping them with ways that they can do that and motivating them and inspiring them, like I'm trying to do now with this show, um, to do so, I sort of was really heavy in the pointing out that that how sin separates us from God. Now, don't get me wrong; that's still true. Sin does separate us from God, and that's an important lesson. But when that's the entire diet that a person is getting, um, well, the new version of me, the not Pastor Justin, but just the regular guy Justin, who's part of SUBTO and part of this amazing social media community that we've built together, um, looks at that old version of myself and just wishes, man, I could have probably had such a greater impact on those people's lives if I would have been someone there to encourage them. And I was trying to encourage, but I was trying to encourage with a whip rather than, trying to be, what's that Bette Midler song? The wind beneath their wings. That's what I want to be now. I want to be the wind beneath other people's wings rather than the guy with a whip trying to drive them to um, do and live better. The fact is that if I just would have taken the time to think during those years, how would I respond to somebody trying to drive me with a whip? And I know how I would respond when folks try to throw in my face, or even my wife, who is awesome and an integrator and somebody that I definitely should listen to. She's way smarter than me. Um, Tries to help me. If she tries to help me in a way that doesn't take into account my ego, my how quickly and easily that I feel shame, um, if she tries to drive me to be better in a way that just says, "Hey, I'm dissatisfied with who you currently are, and I want you to change," then what happens is a wall comes up immediately. I don't want to listen anymore. My pride flares up. I don't feel like the person's trying to help me. Instead, I feel like I'm being attacked. And so, if you can learn from my past mistakes, man, please do, because that's what I did for so many years. Is I tried to help people by shaming them to be better rather than coming up alongside of them and saying, "Hey, look, hey, there's a journey, and we need to look at this and set goals for ourselves, know the path in advance, and understand the obstacle is the way, and let's go because we're in this journey together and we can do it." When we run together, it's completely different than having somebody stand up on a hill and say, "Hey, look, I've already made it up to this hill, you better get up here with me." So I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of starting to ramble. So if what I'm saying is making sense, um, yeah, then I'm blessed if it has been a blessing to you. But um, yeah, I do apologize for the rambling there. So, Joel, thank you so much for the words of encouragement. You too, Deborah, and just all of you guys that have been showing up regularly to support the show and the broadcast. Again, we're I don't think this is the last episode. I'm going to spend today trying to think of how I want to run things for the rest of the week, and there may be a time change. So um, I'll try to keep you guys abreast of that and just aware of what we're doing as we move forward. Um, the the early time slot is probably going to go away. Not because I don't like them doing this first thing in the morning, but because if we move it out maybe a couple of hours, it'll give me the ability to spend my morning doing some other things that will be more advantageous um, to me and my family personally. So um, I will. I'll put some information out there. In fact, if you guys wouldn't mind, wherever you're at, wherever you're watching, whether it's on YouTube or on the Facebook, if you would just put in a note in the comments suggesting a time that might work better for you, or if that would really just blow up everything for you. Now, I know change is difficult. It always is. Um, but together, I think we can get through this. And if any of you aspire to do a podcast like this, and you're interested in maybe filling that gap that is now there by Adam, moving on. Now, Adam is awesome. I can't speak highly enough how much I've learned from Adam over the last 6 months or so that we've been doing this show. Things that drew me to Adam and to approach him and say, "Hey, look, we should do a show like this." Some of the things that drew me to him was we met at Clever, and for those of you who've watched the show for a while, we've talked about how we met at the Clever Summit back in 20. I think it was 2022, summer of 2022. So we've really only known each other for about a year, but we met right after Ed Milet's speech, and we were both just really, really impacted by that talk. And uh, over the next few months, we belonged to a group called Morning Mindset Coffee, run by Marlon Johnson, Mindset Marlon, in which we would do things like the morning affirmations and so on. And it was such a powerful um, thing that we had that I felt, hey, look, we need to do this. We need to do a podcast like this, and share this with other people who don't have access to MMC. And he was on board with that. And I got lost in the story a little bit there, but the reason why I went after him is because Marlon was trying to coach us all and help us all to become better at sharing our mindset journey with others. And Adam did this talk on parenting, and it just blew all of our minds. It was so good. And I really hope that Adam continues to go forward with that parenting program that he's been writing. And you guys, you parents out there, you need to get it. He's helped our family so much with those lessons and that teaching. In fact, we reference it. Frankly, just the notes that we took from that one talk that he gave, we reference it regularly. So I'd highly recommend that you find out whatever he's doing, and whatever's the next step in his journey, that you guys find out and follow that, because that guy is going to be amazing. And so, Adam, it's been such a pleasure working with you over the last 6 months. I can't wait to see what you're going to do next. And of course, Adam and I, we're great friends. We're going to continue to be great friends, and we look forward so much to hanging out together. Hopefully, I can get him back on the show in the future from time to time to visit with you guys and to give us updates on what he's doing. I think that will be amazing. And Joel says it's been an amazing 6 months for sure. Deborah says she's enjoyed the gym so much. Um, she'll miss it greatly as the start of her day. Well, I, it's I honestly, at this point, again, I've got to spend the day thinking it over, thinking what I want to do with the show. But it's been such a great journey, even if this is the last episode, which is a possibility, but it's not what I think would be the best. I think what I might do though is take the rest of this week off. Again, I haven't made a final decision yet, so be on the lookout. If you see the shows pop up on Facebook and whatnot, then we'll be back for the rest of the week. If not, um, I am going to be working on trying to, like I said, maybe change the time, find another co-host, and move forward with the show. And yeah, really, that's all I have to say about that. What I'm going to do now is jump into the affirmations and wrap up today's show. Again, thank you so much for being here. It kind of feels like I'm sad. I'm really not. I it, Change is so good and so exciting, but change also comes with that sense of, it's funny. I had the same feeling last night. I finished The Flash, season 9. I guess they wrapped it up, and I watched the last 2 episodes. And my thought was, man, this last season of Flash is better than the last 3 seasons, and they're ending it on such a great season. And it's funny when you watch a show and you follow it through, how you even though these characters are fictional, you begin to feel like they're your friends and like you're really going to miss them when it goes away. So um, I definitely am feeling a little bit of that as this changes. But again, I don't think it's coming to an end. It's just evolving into something hopefully even better, crunchier, creamier, chewier. So anyway, with all that, Deborah, thank you so much. Um, uh, we will, if we do move the time up, it'll probably be just a couple hours, maybe from 7:30 to probably 9:30. Um, Let me know when would be a good time that would fit your guys' schedule, because like I said before, it's your show. And if we do keep it going, we'll keep it going that way. Now, because I don't have the screen set up normally, because I'm taking up the whole screen here, I can't do the affirmations the way I did them before. So we're going to go a real big flashback, and we're going to do the affirmations from um, from the beginning. So let's go. Today is a great day, and I expect great things to happen to and for me. I create my life. I am the master of my thoughts. I am at the right place at the right time. I am laser focused on my purpose. Oh, this is one of my favorites. I am my best investment. I am loved, appreciated, blessed, and highly favored. I am a generous giver and an excellent receiver. All I have is all I need. Life happens for me. Everything is for my growth and benefit. I am the most positive person that I know. I am a child of the King, designed and created for greatness. And as Adam and I have been saying at the wrap up of these for the last several shows now, I am healthy, wealthy, and wise. Let's go. All right, you guys, have a crunchy, creamy, chewy Monday. Hopefully, this will be a great week for you guys. Looking forward to hearing about all the success that you guys are having. And yeah, we will see you guys very soon in the next one.